All right, I'm gonna start the recap a little bit early. Looks like this trade wants to get stopped out though, so we will be back here. But starting off, today I only traded gold. I traded 3 trades in the Asia session. All 3 of them lost. I traded a break even in the New York session, and this one's probably gonna be a loss for a full R. I didn't see anything on indices, so I will briefly go over it later. But first, let's go over the Asia session. Okay, so this first trade, I only took it on one account because I forgot to enable the copier, so I kind of got lucky. What I saw was basically we had this 30-minute gap, and we had an SMT fill with silver. Right, I can't take silver, so I just took gold. I'm pretty sure this is the 1 minute, and yeah, that's just obviously like such a small range. It's only one CSE too. Like, I should wait for the second one, and yeah, it's just a dumb loss. It was only like $100 though, because I was risking less. I think I was planning to like risk less and then add on after the second CST instead, but I should have just gotten in on the first one or the second one and waited. Yeah, same thing here. This one was it better? I don't know. So we still have the SMT fill, I think. And then we had this, 3-minute CST that I got in on, and we had a strength switch somewhere here apparently, and then we got stopped out. And then also just to show the charts, wasn't too much. We kind of just opened up. We made a low previous day low with all the silver pairs, and then we just expanded away. I mean, I would have UV took this long. It's a different mentor, but like somewhere in here. But I wouldn't trust it. It's just too low and too risky, and like the lower time frame looked like shit. But yeah, I think I was using. Looks like I was using this gap, but we kind of just jerked around in it. So then my final Asia trade was actually the best one that I would have taken anyways, probably. And I might have even used full risk, so all this adding up to like minus 1.6 hours, probably pretty much what this would be, but we had a 90-minute gap then. I'm not sure why the time frame's not here, but we farmed a 90-minute. And then, right, so silver, it actually filled the gap before gold, so I saw that as a strength switch since before gold was weaker because we took out the previous day low, but now we're showing strength by making a failure swing here. And I just took this 5-minute, and yeah, we almost got the second one, and then we ended up going down again, so I don't know, maybe I just need to start mechanically taking the second one. But yeah, I said it was a good trade. Nice framework, and lower time frame looked good. I'd be fine getting stopped out. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to start taking mechanical second CSDs or just propulsion block entries only if it lost. And yeah, I figured it was gonna lose when silver was consolidating, but it wasn't reversing, but yeah, it's kind of tough. And I was pretty sure to do something out of that gap later, but I just had to go to bed. And I didn't really want to take my last trade of the day on that, which ended up, it did do something out of it, but it was like just really ugly. Right, we basically stayed in this gap for like hours pretty much. And like London session just jerked around, so yeah, I just kind of caught a bad Asia session where usually it's pretty good on gold. I guess the only volatility was from here back to this new opening gap. See how close this is to getting stopped. Pretty close. And yeah, I guess for New York session, I'll just show. All right, so I didn't miss a trade. I wasn't even at the computer, but I also wanted I guess I would have taken, it's better on silver to take it, but basically we took this Asia high on gold at 8 o'clock. You can see here, there's an SMT, but then this 8:30 candle is a bullish candle inside this gap. All right. While on gold, this candle is bearish. So that's a strength switch PSP, which I thought would be used to break the SMT, which it did work. It came pretty close. I think I had like a limit that got missed down here on gold, and then I took a break even up here, which I'll show right now. So I want something down here. Instead, I had to take this 15-minute, it was a 30-minute gap, but a 15-minute PSP. I was trying to take that to like the end log filler just until silver broke the SMT. Right, I just took it with this change state delivery here, and I just went break even on it because there's a 90-minute, there's a reaction, and then like I think silver was doing some bullshit. I just didn't want to take a whole loss on that, so it ended up being a good choice though. And yeah, I wasn't completely done with indices, so I wanted to wait until there's something else potentially, and it was a good choice because there's some news that came out that's like absolutely tanked it. And then this trade now is I'm not even sure if it's really valid. I mean, it is, but it's not, with the framework-wise at least. All right, so on basically gold, we didn't have any gap, but on the forex pairs, we had these gaps. Oh wait, this is silver. So silver basically had the SMT fill, right? Silver has the gap. Silver makes the failure swing with that high. And I basically just had to take gold. And I kind of justified it because, like I said, I didn't mark it out, but there's like an SMT fill where the micro silver took out a high that gold left a failure swing on. But yeah, gold, we just had this. This is a 90-minute sequential SMT inside the new opening gap. We almost filled it. We have all this low resistance, so I'm like, all right, it just makes sense to short, though I might have got the timing wrong, as you can see. But let's look this CSD. And I noted that I don't like how the forex pairs are going to hit the low first. All right, which like this is the same level that I'm targeting on gold. Pound hit already is having a nasty reaction away, and euro was going to hit it at least before gold, but it didn't right now. So I said I'd probably manage aggressively, but yeah, I was kind of forced to take gold because I couldn't take it on silver. And that's kind of the story of the whole night. I think, yeah, you see like the Asian session trades, I wanted silver the whole time, but since I had to take gold, I just took gold, but silver actually never gave the CSDs on silver, so I wouldn't have even had to take it like this. I probably wouldn't even be in, maybe here, but yeah, it's just kind of tough. I might get a prop that can trade silver sometime, but right now I'm stuck with this. And yeah, I might as well find it actually. I think it was this high. So I guess it's gold. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because gold didn't even have a gap, but silver did take it on micros here. So, I mean, the entry is not that valid, but the framework made sense. And then also just the entry signatures. Right, we had this sequential SMT, expansion away, change state delivery. We retrace up into equilibrium of this range. That's a well-positioned order block. Then we see a C through it again. So I would imagine this to be a relatively protected high. No, there's no SMT, so you can't really say it is like this one is because it's SMT on it. But this one, I'm not really sure if this counts to SMT fill, but all right, just at least well positioned in the range, decent logic. And yeah, I took it. Never really gotten that much profit. We made SMT at this low, and yeah, now it's just coming back. I originally was going to put my stop loss here, but I'm like, all right. I do have the videos of all of them, but I don't really think we need to go through them all. I just kind of showed the logic and everything. Yeah, so it just looks like shit. It's not reversing, so I thought it was going to be a problem like it was last night, but we do have this 12 o'clock open right here, which I thought it would expand because, right, this previous quarter is obviously manipulating this high as a C2 closure. All right, this one not as much, but same deal. So if the last quarter manipulates, then the next one should expand. So that's what I was waiting for now. So I'm putting down, yep. Yeah, Microsoft overtook this high, but I don't think it matters because gold didn't have a gap there anyways. So probably just a little bit of cope trying to get it in. But yeah, I originally was gonna trail here when the FX pairs hit because we did close through here, but didn't. And now silver took out. Where's silver at? This 15-minute high. Right, this 11:30 high. While gold, it's all the way up here, which is basically where my stop loss is. So yeah, this didn't see either. This might, but either way, it's pretty shitty. But yeah, it's a decently spaced out SMT, and this, like, even though we have SMT with the lows down here with the FX pairs, like this SMT up here, I thought could be a potential trigger to send me lower, which I think now I'm, yeah, I was obviously pretty, like, over halfway close to my, like 70% to my stop loss, but now I'm like closer to break even, so it could still play out. But yeah, it's just jerking. Like I said, this is a well-positioned entry, so we'll just speed it up and hopefully this wins. Otherwise, I'll just get off for the day because it is past 12:30, so I can be in a trade before 12:30, but if I'm not in a trade by then I have to get off. So this is just the last shot for the day, and I can figure out if I want to just get out, break even, or just ride it. But we could hopefully make a order block here or something, but don't really have my hopes up. So yeah, we'll just watch what happens. All right, we do have this technically. Could be promising if we actually CSD. I can see this 12.15 high got left on silver. So it could be a strength switch to go lower, hopefully. We just don't have any like PD or like key levels. Like there's no gaps to like use. We have this high, so that's all. But there's like no gap for this to continue out of maybe strength switch with gold or anything. So we'll see. I mean, this one might be a PSP, maybe. But I mean, this doesn't hit anything, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're just kind of hoping now. I'm not sure what this alert is for on silver, to be honest. Oh, I think it was yeah, this CSD, but it didn't. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting now. And yeah, I had trailed it to here, but I was kind of just like F it, stop loss or TP. So we're just gonna see what happens. If this loses, it's gonna be a full size loss, I think, for like 1.2 R, which would put my accounts at like maybe 1 or 2 trades left. So 1.1 R if it loses. But yeah, I'm just gonna eat it if it does. Nothing to do. Might get this PSP unless gold flushes, but silver's coming back, so not looking too good. Okay, actually, I guess we can go over indices now. It's really just coming into the day, I was bullish to previously high on NQ. And obviously, wanted to see the new week opening gap get filled. But there's nothing to take. So wait for the open. It was pretty decoupled. And we came into this gap. Right, but I couldn't trade NQ because it's the weakest asset, where YM was just, I'm not taking anything this high in the range. So I just had to wait for some kind of strength switch, which we did temporarily get one. It was like this basically. The next candle. Yeah, this, on YM it was like this, right? And so I was just waiting for the CSD, I'm pretty sure. But we just never got one. I think it just like the next, or I guess when 10:15 opened up, it just dumped, pretty much. Or this, I don't think I saw that, but I think this failure swing kind of just invalidated it for me. So yeah, then we invalidated that, which also would have been a decent sell because, but I would never take it because there's technically a 15-minute two-stage. So we have 9:30 is a bearish candle, and this is the highest point of the day so far, where ES 9:30 is a bullish candle, and we took out that high, but it's like not very relevant, and I still wanted to see like an actual key level get hit, like maybe even like, I was even willing for RTY to hit this previous high. It's something, but because that PSP is kind of a pattern trade, there's not any logic behind it. But yeah, we just sold off after that. And yeah, I was thinking shorts on indices, but then the news kind of messed it up, and then now we're just like consolidating, so I kind of gave up on indices, not gonna lie. Like, I kind of wanted YM to maybe make a new high while NQ stays like in equilibrium in a gap, but it's just kind of not doing anything. It's already super late, so probably not going to get anything more. I'm not really sure I call this a seek and destroy day, because we are like, even though we're not displacing through highs, we are like running through it, like with multiple candles, not like this where we're taking and like make a retracement. So the daily range is probably just going to stay maybe around this level, maybe dump off later, but nothing for me to take. We have SMT very spaced out with YM, but there's not any long you can take. Yeah, I mean, there's a PSP here, but like, it's just not worth it. In the lower time frame, it's just shit. Like, I guess this is like the last CSD in a while, but it's probably gonna get stopped out anyways. So, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of also conflicting because like, if gold is bearish, then indices should be bearish too, which I mean, NQ kind of is, but it's just consolidating now. So, I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that we just consolidate then like dump out of nowhere, but it's probably not going to happen for me. So it is what it is. So I'll eat the whole loss. We'd have a PSP, but it's probably not going to hold. You don't want to see this PSP. We're already swept out this high, and then it sweeps it again. That's just means it's probably going to fail. So probably take these off and just wait for the loss to hit. And then while this CSD was in a good, like, the stop loss would be in a good position spot, it did take quite a while from when the high was made. So we made it here. It took like 20 minutes. Is not that ideal. And like there's only like really like 2 big candles in the range. These are pretty insignificant. So that could be a filter, but I don't know. Because I went back to my past trades, even like my winners, like they don't all have like gaps or like super big candles. It's kind of just, it's basically just framework. So if I get the framework right, it wins. The entry's just a confirmation. So I probably just have an issue with my framework lately since my win rate's been pretty low. And yeah, this is gonna stop me out soon. Just waiting for it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm basically starting like worse than when I started the channel. After this, I'll probably have like, I don't know, like $500 to draw down, maybe even less. So it's like basically like one trade, maybe. I just like full port on one trade. And if it wins, then we lit. Otherwise, it's done with those accounts. Even the eval might be done because I did increase the risks. So I might have to buy a different one, which I might not even do Tradeify, honestly. I might do like a take profit trader or something just so I can trade silver. But yeah, it's just not looking good for me. I mean, I think I did a good job staying out of indices. This gold was somewhat forced, but it still makes sense. Like the short made more sense because it did fill the gap mostly. We had the 90-minute sequential SMT, whereas indices didn't have literally anything at the top that was relevant to me. And right, this is still a well-positioned order block. It's probably going to get souped out and then go. Kind of like how my Asia session trade just like consolidated, then souped it like a little bit after I got off the charts. Well, not even, yeah, then like first he's like kind of here if you use a failure swing, and then it gets stopped out here, I think, or almost. So who knows? Or you take this one, maybe it gets stopped out. Like just super like dirty day, honestly. So, I guess technically I did minimize my exposure because I didn't like crash out and take like 3 losing trades. I only took well, I only lost like pretty much 2 hours after this one. So I did a good job minimizing and not like just taking bullshit, but definitely could have avoided it better and just not taking anything maybe. So on indices I did, all right, if I was trading indices today, then this would be a no trade day, which would be good. Yeah, but since I was looking at metals, then it is what it is. And I think I'm fine with metals, honestly, because sometimes it is cleaner than indices in New York, and in Asia session it's definitely cleaner. So I will probably watch it in Asia a little bit, and then also in New York, because it does have some nice opportunities. And here's just kind of the cost of doing business. Like some days it will make you take unnecessary losses, but other days it will give you a win that indices would not provide, or that you'd have like a losing day on indices. So it's gonna eat it. Just waiting for this to hit. All right, well there it is. Yep, about 500 left, so I'll probably just risk 300 on the first trade instead of full porting it, and then if it loses, I'll just de-risk it to whatever amount of drawdown I have left. Even this eval is kind of on edge. Probably just make it the same risk. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not good. Like a very bad place to start the YouTube channel, but it's supposed to document the journey anyways, and you're not really meant to keep funded accounts, but these ones I didn't get a payout on it. I started the channel after I lost ones that I was getting payouts on, so it is what it is. Until I lost 3K or 1,500 on these two. This one is a little bit extra because I took that one extra loss without the copier on, which got lucky, but yeah, I'm fine with my performance this New York session. It's just Asia kind of did set me back a little bit. Like this one was fine actually, but these two definitely didn't need to happen, even if it was $100 of risk. Like definitely unnecessary, but it is what it is. I'll be back tomorrow. I think there's some news, maybe like 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, so we'll see. I might trade after 8:30 news, but if there's nothing like nearby, then I'll wait for after 10 o'clock. At least on indices, because usually we'll chop around before then. I'm not sure about metals if it has the same pattern, but all right. See you guys tomorrow.